Okay, so we're on podcast. We're back with that. And Dr. Vince Sertima talked about Arabian math, something like that. Do you remember that?
Yes.
Okay, so what is your perspective on that, Arabian math? Did he drop anything that stood out to you?
The Sogo bone was the first tool used for mathematics, which was found in ancient Egypt. And so the Sogo bone is a type of bone to do addition and subtraction. So which proves that Egypt, people of color, burnt-skinned people, designed and developed mathematics centuries before anybody else got a chance to look at it. It was Africans, that burnt people, Kemet people, that designed mathematics down to algebra, introduction of calculus, as well as trigonometry. So just remind us. And so the reason I'm excited about that information, because it's allowed me to absorb and realize that I'm more than just a number, and I'm more than just trying to discover or win a job or win a position in life. However, I'm providing in a position that's already been built for me.
Correct. And so what's your perspective on math? How has it affected you? In other words.
Right. Math has brought me a center of focus. Math have allowed me to understand the universe in a holistic way. And so thanks to math, I'm able to regain my consciousness as to what the star systems does for energy, as well as our day-to-day operations in our bodies and faculties.
I can remember when I first started learning math, it did change my perspective on how I see things. I started to see more systems and routines and know how to create that for myself because I learned math. Can you speak on that experience or why that may have been?
Well, unfortunately, we're so systemized, so it takes a bit of courage to come out of those systems and those frames that people set for you. And so it's very important that we do come out of those shells in order to live a more free and more self-defined life. And so math going to give you those tools to do that. So that's very important. I've gotten a chance to experience that, mainly doing my taxes and seeing how calculating the mileage for my business. There's a bit of an earning there. So though you don't have customers during the year, you still are earning because you get 57 cents a mile. And so if you could do that math, rather than get into hacks and scams and things that hurt people, you can actually focus in on those things that are nominal. And you can get your earnings that way and be more of a resource to the people rather than a desource.
Yeah. And how has math for me created discipline? And so because I had discipline, I was able to be a resource for people. So has your math journey connected you to your reading journey, or has that been two different things in your self-empowerment, self-improvement with reading and math?
Yes, math has helped me to understand that there's a particular frequency that you need to read on and speed in order to catch the author's idea as he orchestrates or she's orchestrating these different sentences. So in paragraphs, there's a particular idea that they're after. There's a particular tone that they're after. And if you're reading, it's not at a particular speed. So math had me to recognize that speed is need to be accordingly in order to catch the idea that the writer is after. So math is very important for the mind and the reader.
Because it helps them to calculate.
Yeah, it helps them to calculate when they're in error.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks, Dad. And so the reading and math are very essential to the human mind, human brain. It definitely teaches you the foundations of life learning. I'm going to say that. Because when you practice reading, you practice analyzing. I think when you practice reading, you practice thinking.
Right. And so with the impact of institutionalization, if one doesn't make that connection, you get lost in accolades and grades and GPAs, and you miss the connection. And so reading is going to definitely be a connection with the math. So low math, low reading equals low frequency, which equals a different type of lifestyle, which it may or may not be good. Unfortunately, you have to access those things that our ancestors already established for us in ancient Kemet. They gave us Giza, the pyramids that you can see from the solar system. Outside of this solar system, you can see from outer space. They've given us so many evidence that we are in chief. We are, in fact, masters of thinking. We've been thinking, we designed it thinking, and we need to get back into those things that's been taken from us.
Yeah. Thinking is essential, because I was telling one of my friends at Bennett, I was like, imagine if the world had better thinkers. We'd be light years ahead.
Well, so prior to that, okay, we have to, there's a $1.2 million plus that are in play because of bullying, because of people pressuring others. So this approach is a force. So Newton has already discovered any force acting is an equal and opposite force that's acting the other way or back the other way, okay? And so because bullying has happened and is happening, we cannot realize our true impact and our true brilliance because of these different acting forces, institutionalization, religions, systems, familizations, expectations of where we should be as the branding of a family, the branding of a person. So it's important to have a healthy diet and stand up for yourself when those ideas come across the synapses.
So, yeah, people should be empowered to be themselves on their journey.
Right. So, because of the forces that act on us for this particular civilization, as we grow up, you may have to divorce some of those old adages, because it's important that you speak up for your ideas. If you don't, they go away. And it's important that you connect with what your ancestors have built for you, particularly the African, the Kemet, the burnt people, because we're so intricate to this particular world's interlaced design. We're so intertwined with the design of Earth. And so it's important that we accept that we, in fact, was the first thinkers.
Whoa. Okay. So that was a drop. The first thinkers. What does that even mean? Like, now I'm like, first thinkers?
That means don't buy into that you're a loser. Don't buy into that you have no history. You can't buy into that. Yeah. It's a fallacy. Okay? So you have to keep striving to develop yourself in the way of words, in the way of reconnecting to the universe. I mean, I remember a time not understanding briefly why the sun is rotating, why we have days, and what day it was, because the depression was so intense and so subtle. Yeah. And so you got to be sure to laugh, because it'll make you, if you don't, you can forget that you have somewhere to go.
That was very intricate. First thinkers of the earth, we are connected to earth. So because we are the first thinkers and we're connected to earth, we're able to work with earth and evolve earth as far as she can evolve. So we already got the gifts. We already got the answers on where earth is going as a conscious collective, because we are so naturally connected. Can you expand more on the laugh part? What is that about? I think our listeners really want to hear more about that.
Yeah, like case in point, you just came back from Bennett College for summer break, and it was a little bit intense in the room. Yeah. About, I don't know if you felt like you needed to let me know you're doing some things, but I always look at my children as they don't have to be doing anything. They just are. And my job is to be, not instruct and tell them what they need to be doing. However, I like the dialect. I like dialogue.
Yeah.
And so that understanding that you just being is enough. You don't have to do anything extra.
Yes, that's very beautiful. And a reminder to our listeners that you can just be, and everything will play out as it should for your highest good and love. Anything else you want to say to the listeners out there?
Yeah, don't forget to laugh.
All right, and that was in the rest segment. If y'all did enjoy this episode, please like, comment, and subscribe. And comment Dad if you want to hear more of my dad giving his philosophical theories and ideas. And I'll see y'all in another episode. Bye.